Okay. The second point I want to make on Sesshin, last week I saw a documentary about Muhammad Ali and his fight with George Foreman. And did you see that? No. It's very interesting. It's on Netflix. You can check it out.
Rumble in the Jungle?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't see it, but no.
So George Foreman was holding the title of the heavyweight champion at that time, and Muhammad Ali was challenging him, and they decided to do it in Africa, in Zaire. Anyways, this story is very interesting. It goes into much greater detail, but the point that I found really interesting that's maybe relevant for us is how Muhammad Ali trained in order to fight George Foreman, because George Foreman had these, he was notable for having these punches that would really, land hard. And Muhammad Ali didn't have punches that landed that hard. But so what he did to train, according to the documentary, what he did to train is to learn to take blows. That was his training. Learn to get hit. Learn to be punched. To adapt his body to the blows he was going to receive from George Foreman. And it worked really brilliantly for him because towards the middle and end of the fight, he had completely worn out George Foreman. He was getting all these blows, and George Foreman was exhausted. He couldn't keep it up. And then that's when Muhammad Ali sprung into action. He had trained his body to receive those blows. I feel like Sesshin is sometimes entering into a boxing ring. Really, we are training ourselves to receive the blows of the universe, and our chickens are coming home to roost in Sesshin when you sit in stillness, especially the first. Some of you have been sitting a little bit longer than me, and as far as the Sesshin goes, and those first 2 days can be really, really, we really struggle hard. At least I do. Yesterday, that was intense. Of just like coming back into your body after weeks or months of being out in the world, engaged in a lot of different people, a lot of good people. But in a sense, we're detoxifying our psyche when we come to sit in this intense way. And I can liken it to vomiting. We're vomiting out all of the impurities that we've absorbed from our culture. What are we vomiting out? People's ideas of what the world is. And what are we getting? We're getting clearer as to what our place is and how we can affect change or what our role is in this world. Rather than being influenced by what other people think, we are clearer about who we are. Maybe that's one way to say it. And so receiving those blows, it's a very yin practice in that way. If you think of yin and yang, yin is very receptive. We're practicing being receptive to whatever karma is ripening for us during the sesshin. And sometimes it takes a little while. So if you have we're also developing patience just to sit with that, to sit in the heat of that difficulty. And I think there's a lot of value in that because if we can do it here, presumably we can do it in our relations outside of the Zen Center. We're going to get blows from people coming from different directions or just from the universe itself. Life hits us in different ways. And so we practice being hit here. It's at a safer environment. So maybe just something to think about during this session. It's okay to allow yourself to be receptive to whatever you're feeling.